Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF sports streaming presentation. Today's game is proudly brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company, your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups, Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game, Midwest Printing, Running Stitches Embroidery, Ashby School, Underwood Insurance, and by Everett's Lumber Company. Now let's head out to the pregame.
Well, good evening, everyone. We're live from Underwood School, where tonight we have a big Little Lake Conference girls basketball matchup for you here on Channel 977 FM. We're also streaming live on the Fergus Now app and the KBRF YouTube channel, as it's the Underwood Rockets hosting the Hillcrest Comets in girls basketball. Jason Retzloff with you here tonight, and Dave Bishop taking care of the live stream for us. And hey, this has become one of the real fun matchups in the area of the year. Hillcrest and Underwood girls basketball. These are the top two teams in the Little Lake. They're the two of the top teams in Section 6A, and they have been that way the last few years. And nothing different as Hillcrest comes into the game 19-2 on the season, 11-0 in Little Lake play. And I believe based on the standings, a win for the Comets tonight could clinch the Little Lake championship for them, as they come into this one 11-0 undefeated and number 5 in the QRF rankings. Well, the Underwood Rockets, they're 9-1 in the Little Lake, and they can tie up Hillcrest in the loss column in those Little Lake standings. And the Rockets playing great basketball. They've won 9 in a row coming into this game, and they are 16-3 overall. So you take these two teams, a lot of wins and not many losses as they come together. And these two teams did play previously. It was early in the year, and the one Underwood loss that they have in the Little Lake was to Hillcrest. That was it was actually a couple months ago in Fergus Falls, and Hillcrest won that one 56-44. It was a good, tight battle. Hillcrest opened up an 11-point halftime lead, 30-19. I couldn't quite remember. I called the game, and I know the Rockets either tied the game or got within one with 7 or 8 minutes to go, and then some strong play by the Comets down the stretch gave Hillcrest the win in that one. 56-44 was the final back on December 2nd. And in that game, Elin Retzloff had 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Elsa Retzloff had 21. And for Underwood, Trinity Baker led the way with 14 points, 3 assists, 3 steals. Hannah Hexum also in double figures with 13. So we're going to take a break here on the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll talk about what both these teams have been up to of recent games, and we'll also take a look at the Rockets. I know Emma Dirkman, she sprained her ankle in the West Central game a few days back, and Brian Hovland said she was going to be a game time decision tonight. So we'll have to see if Emma's going to get some minutes, a key player for the Rockets. She's out there warming up right now, so we'll follow that as well here on the pregame show. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more Hillcrest versus Underwood here on Channel 977. Be back in just a moment.
The 2025 model year closeout sale has begun at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Right now, take advantage of big savings on the remaining 2025 vehicles in stock. Vehicles like the luxurious Buick Enclave, the stylish and efficient Buick Envista, or the powerful Chevy Silverado are at their lowest prices of the year and won't last long. Your new vehicle is waiting. Minnesota Motor. South Bevel Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
At Ashby Public Schools, excellence is our tradition. Small school, big impact, lasting legacy. We nurture talents through academics, athletics, and community service. Experience the Ashby difference. Visit ashby.k12.mn.us.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Welcome back here to Underwood. Great job as always by the Underwood band getting the atmosphere going. They do a great job every time we're over here at Underwood. It's girls basketball tonight here on Channel 977. Hillcrest at Underwood in girls basketball. Really a marquee matchup every year in local high school basketball. And the home team tonight, the Underwood Rockets, 16-3 on the season. They're 9-1 in Little 8 play, a 9-game winning streak coming in. And last night, the Rockets were at Battle Lake. They won 68-38. And the Rockets had 5 players in double figures. Trinity Baker, 12 points. She had 8 steals in the game along with 4 assists. Jada Kane came off the bench, knocked down 4 threes for the Rockets and had 12 points. And then Aubrey Borges had 10 points and 7 rebounds. Lauren Hexam had 10, and Annabelle Evelvold had 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. And history was made recently. Trinity Baker, the standout junior guard for Underwood in the game, I think it was the end of last week, 74-49 win over Rosse. She was able to score her 1,000th career point, so Trinity, congratulations to her on joining the 1,000 point club. I believe it was the end of last week in that game against Rosse. The visiting team tonight, the Hillcrest Comets. The Comets are 19-2 on the year. They're 11-0 in Little 8 play. Hillcrest is rated number 5 in the KBRF standings. If we have a chance, we'll go over the Section 6 standings as it's getting that time where teams are looking at that KBRF ranking and where things could play out as playoff times comes near. We're 2.5 weeks away or so, maybe 3 weeks away from the high school girls playoffs getting going. But the Comets, they've won 4 in a row. They in fact, they lost their opening game of the year to Mountain Iron Buell. I know they were the number 2 rated team in Class A at the time, and I know they've been number 1. They may be number 1 right now. And then the Comets since then have won 19 out of 20 games. Their only loss in there coming to Pelican Rapids a week and a half ago. And Hillcrest, they've won 4 in a row coming into this one. Last night they won at home against Border West. And the Comets had 4 players in double figures in that one. Ella Knutson leading the way. Great all-around game for Ella with 15 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Elsa Retzloff had 14 points, 4 assists. Avea Stender, 13 points and 7 rebounds. And then Elin Retzloff, the 4th player in double digits for Hillcrest with 11 points and 3 assists. So really looking forward to this matchup. It should be a fun one here tonight as Comets can I believe, clinch the Little 8 championship. The Rockets with a win, they could tie Hillcrest in the win column here as we're getting to the stretch run of the season. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more on the pregame show here in just a moment.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
At Ashby Public Schools, excellence is our tradition. Small school, big impact, lasting legacy. We nurture talents through academics, athletics, and community service. Experience the Ashby difference. Visit ashby.k12.mn.us.
And we're back here at the pregame show in Underwood. Hillcrest at Underwood in girls basketball. I mentioned before, time of year now where you're really looking at the KBRF rankings. The KBRF is the computerized format that on a point system is how the teams are seeded at the end of the year. And looking at where things are at right now in Section 6A, you have it's a huge section. I don't know, it's kind of a super section in that. You know, it used to be a south half and a north half. Now they got all teams. There's 20 plus teams in the section. Well, these two teams are right up at the top. Hillcrest currently would be the number 1 seed, and Underwood be the 3 seed out of all these teams if things played out the way they were right now. Of course, there's still 2.5 weeks to go. Hillcrest at 19-2. They're the number 5 rated team in the state in QRF rankings. Breckenridge is close behind at 14-7. And they're the number 8 rated team in the QRF, 6 points behind Hillcrest. Of course, Hillcrest beat Breckenridge in a close game earlier in the season. Underwood is in the 3rd spot with a 16-3 record, number 19 in the state. And then Park Christian is behind them in the 4th spot at 13-6, the number 29 rated team. They're 10 points behind Underwood. Now the Rockets, they have opportunity to really move up playing highly rated teams. They have Hillcrest, they got Breckenridge, Park Christian coming up on their Hillcrest tonight, and then Breckenridge and Park Christian coming up on their schedule. So certainly spots where they could gain some points. And Hillcrest trying to seal off the number 1 seed here, coming down the stretch in Section 6A. So that's the update on where the Section 6A standings currently are. Anyway, on February 6th. As they're getting things ready to go here now, is everyone up and ready for the national anthem. So we're going to take a break, and when we return, we're going to introduce tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center of Fergus Falls. It is Hillcrest at Underwood in girls basketball here in Channel 977, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
The 2025 model year closeout sale has begun at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Right now, take advantage of big savings on the remaining 2025 vehicles in stock. Vehicles like the luxurious Buick Enclave, the stylish and efficient Buick Envista, or the powerful Chevy Silverado are at their lowest prices of the year and won't last long. Your new vehicle is waiting.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
All right, welcome back here. It's time for our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups with Hillcrest at Underwood, and starting for the Hillcrest Comets. At guard, a 5'8 sophomore, number 0, Emerson Berge. Another guard, 5'9 sophomore, number 10, Elsa Retzloff. At a guard wing, 5'8 8th grader, number 11, Elin Retzloff. At a forward, a 5'10 senior, number 12, Ella Knutson. And at a post, a 5'11 sophomore, number 21, Avea Stender. Hannah Clark, the head coach of the Hillcrest Comets, assisted by Ryan Retzloff, Greg Preston, and J.P. Stender. Now for the home team, the Underwood Rockets. First of all, a few Rocket buddies going to get announced and running on out to be greeted by the home team. And now the starting lineups for the Rockets. At guard, a 5'5 junior, number 1, Trinity Baker. Another guard, 5'8 junior, number 2, Hannah Hexum. Another guard, 5'7 sophomore, number 3, Aubrey Borges. At a guard, 5'5 junior, number 4, Lauren Hexum. And another guard, 5'5 junior, number 11, Aubrey Hexum. And Brian Hovland, the head coach of the Underwood Rockets, assisted by Sydney Hovland. And that is tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center on Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Well, Emma Dirkman, normally a starter for the Rockets. We didn't know what her status was. She did warm up a bit, and a key player for Underwood. She is not starting anyway. We'll see if she gets any minutes here tonight, but not in the starting lineup, as we're moments from getting going here. Comets in white uniforms tonight with black letters and numbers, and the Rockets in black uniforms tonight with orange and white letters and numbers. and it's Avea Stender and Hannah Hexum in the center circle. And the ball is tipped in the air and controlled by the Comets, and we are underway. Elin Retzloff handling the basketball. Elin swings it over to Ella Knutson, lobs it across Elsa Retzloff, wide open for three, far side, rims out, no good. And battle for the board, it went off of Elin Retzloff, and it will go to Underwood. The Rockets get a stop on the first possession. Hillcrest will come with some full court pressure. Trinity Baker over to Borges, back to Trinity on the bounce pass in the middle to Lauren Hexum. They go over in the corner. Got three Hexums on the floor. We'll try to keep them straight here for you. Trinity Baker, three-pointer right side in the air. That's no good. Long rebound is picked up by Elsa Retzloff and the Hillcrest Comets. Here comes Elsa. Skip pass all the way over. It's over the head of Elin Retzloff. First turnover of the game for either team. So no score on our Park Region scoreboard. And the ball is inbound. It comes to Trinity Baker. Over it goes to Borges. Back to Baker in the middle. The pass goes to Lauren Hexum. And now Borges dribbles to her right. As now Hillcrest matches up man-to-man after that zone pressure in the full court. And now it's Baker guarded by Ella Knutson. Way up to Ella Knutson, one of the really excellent Comet defenders. Now the ball is knocked away, but it's going to be a reach-in foul on Elin Retzloff. So the first foul of the game will go to Elin Retzloff. And the Rockets will inbound in front of the Comet bench on the near side. A little over a minute into the game. No score here. And the ball goes into the backcourt to Trinity Baker, guarded by Emmy Berge now. Bounce pass right side. It goes to Lauren Hexum. And up top now, it's Aubrey Hexum. Baker right to left on the drive. Knocked away by Berge, and Emmy Berge is going to come up with a steal, and she will pick it up, get it to Elin Retzloff. Elin kicks it back to Berge. Over to Knutson underneath. Nice pass. Stender left-hand layup good. Real nice pass there by Ella Knutson. And Stender finishes with her left hand, and the Comets lead it 2-0. And there's that 2-2-1, three-quarter court zone pressure. They get it in the middle. Mishandling, now losing her balance, but it's going to be a foul on Hillcrest. And that'll be a foul on Elsa Retzloff. So Elsa gets her first and team second. And Underwood will throw it in underneath. A line end out across the baseline. It's Borges throwing it in. We'll lob it out towards Baker. Knocked away. Another steal by Emmy Berge. She's just been an excellent defender for Hillcrest. Now she gets it knocked away, comes back, and now it's deflected. And now we're going to have a conversation here. If the ball was deflected and knocked into the backcourt, it might not be over and back. The officials will try to get it figured out. Comets were well, it looks like it's going to stay with the Rockets, and must have had enough control before it was tipped. But if Berge had a little bit control of it before it went back again, then it would be going the other way. So a turnover for Hillcrest. And now Baker, left side three-pointer. That's short. Elsa Retzloff grabs the rebound, and here come the Comets in transition. Up to Elin Retzloff. Elin goes up. Couldn't get it to go. Stender with the offensive rebound, though, and back out to Berge. Skip pass to Elin. And Retzloff on the drive, and there's going to be a pushing foul on Underwood, the first foul of the game on the Rockets. And that foul will be on Aubrey Hexum. And Elin Retzloff will inbound for Hillcrest. Comes over to Berge. Skips across to Elsa Retzloff, and that one is airmailed. And a couple turnovers where the Comets have thrown skip passes, and they've thrown it too high and too far. So 3 turnovers already. Both teams may be a little tight here coming out. 3 turnovers for Hillcrest, 2 for Underwood. And the Rockets now goes knocked away, but the Rockets come up with it, but now they do throw it away. So more turnovers here. And Elin Retzloff comes up into the front court, double team. Tries to dribble out of it. Comes over to Ella Knutson, to Elsa Retzloff. Shot fake. Elsa puts it on the floor. Finds Elin. Open three-pointer is off the front of the rim. No good. Stender the offensive rebound. And now looking for a teammate to Knutson. Now it's Elsa Retzloff. Up top to Ella Knutson. Straight on three for Ella. That's good. Ella Knutson swishes through the three. Give Elsa Retzloff the assist. 5-0. Hillcrest with the lead. And now Baker comes over to Aubrey Hexum. Into the front court. Here comes the double team. Now Borges swings it over to Baker. Trinity Right side finds Hannah Hexum. Takes the baseline, skips it across, tipped. It goes to Lauren Hexum. And now the deep three straight on for now Knutson. Bullet pass underneath to Elin Retzlaff. Elin Retzlaff finishes and draws the foul. And that's a nice pass from Ella Knutson. Going straight down. And Elin Retzlaff, her first points of the game, and she will go to the free throw line to try to convert the and one. Substitutions on both sides here. As the foul's on Hannah Hexum, her first, team second. Stella Moline is in for Hillcrest as Avea Stender comes out. Free throw by Retzlaff off the front of the rim, no good. Ball tipped out, comes back to Elin. She goes up, it's short, gets another rebound, kicks it out, three-pointer. Elsa Retzlaff in the air, that's off the front of the rim, no good. Ball tipped around, and the Comets come up with it again. Here's Elsa, over to Ella Knutson on the drive. Left-hand scoop, too strong off the glass, and the rebound goes to Lauren Hexum for Underwood. So a lot of opportunities there for Hillcrest. Couldn't get it to go. 7-3, Comets by 4. And it's Trinity Baker way up top. A couple dribbles left. Comes over to Hannah Hexum. It's deflected out of bounds by the Comets. Now, Emma Dirkman checked in on that last dead ball. So Emma is in the game and getting minutes. She sprained her ankle in the West Central game earlier in the week. Didn't play last night, but into action here for this one. 8 on the shot clock for the Rockets. Borges takes the baseline. Tough running shot from about 17 feet over the basket, and Emmy Berge with a rebound. And here comes Ella Knutson. Long pass to Elsa Retzlaff. Takes a dribble, double teamed, and it's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow will favor Underwood. Stender back in, and Brooke Swedberg in for the first time. Elin Retzlaff is out. Emmy Berge is out. It's Hillcrest 7, Underwood 3. Both teams struggling to get their offense going here a bit in the early going. It's Borges. Over it goes. Now Ella Knutson almost with the steal, but Hexum has it, dumps it underneath. It's Hannah Hexum. Pass right back, and the layup is good by Lauren Hexum. Good pass there by Hannah Hexum. And it's 7-5, Comets by 2. Knutson breaks the press. Bullet pass to Stender. Avea gathers, kicks out to Moline. Now it's Knutson over to Brooke Swedberg. Up top, Knutson. Moline underneath Stender, and she is bumped, and it's going to be a foul coming from behind by Hannah Hexum. And I think that's Hexum's second personal, and it is her second personal, third team. So with 2 fouls, Hannah Hexum will come out, and Aubrey Hexum is back in. Be a line end out for the Comets, leading 7-5. It comes into Moline, back to Retzlaff. Elsa in the far corner, dribbles out, now curls. Over it goes to Stender. Avea will shoot the 3 in the corner. Avea Stender nets the 3. We don't see her shoot a lot of them, but she has that ability. And Stender with 5. And it's 10-5. Hillcrest is back up by 5. And here's Dirkman with the ball, guarded by Stender. Over to Aubrey Hexum. Now Lauren Hexum. Borges on the right wing in front of the Comet bench. Here's Baker. Trinity, couple dribbles right to Dirkman. And Emma will shoot the 3. That's off the heel. And the rebound grabbed by Stella Moline and the Comets. Knutson, lead pass. Good pass behind Dirkman. Stender goes up with a left hand and finishes. Well, that's a pass you don't see. That 3/4 court length pass, and that's something that Ella Knutson can do, and it's right on the money to Stender. Stender was 7, and the Comet lead is 7. 12-5 with 12:15 to play in the first half. Trinity Baker against the Comet man-to-man defense. Left-hand drive gets by Swedberg, and the layup is good. Good drive there by Trinity Baker. 5-point Comet lead. We're at the 12-minute mark. Comets break the pressure. It's Swedberg with the ball. Back over to Knutson. Retzlaff. Moline. Stella. She shoots the 3. That's off the heel. Long rebound. And it goes off of Swedberg. And they'll go back to Underwood. Berge's back in. Elin Retzlaff is back in. Elsa Retzlaff and Moline come out. Hillcrest 12, Underwood 7. 11:50 to play in the first half. And the ball comes in. It's Aubrey Hexum. Bounce pass to Dirkman. Dirkman retreats on the dribble. And over it goes to Lauren Hexum. And Baker, right to left on the drive. Goes up. There's going to be a foul. Oh, it's going to be a jump ball. So some contact there, and as Trinity went up, there are a couple of Comets in the area, just a matter of, didn't seem like there was a block shot, but there's another Comet depending on if there was contact there, but it's a jump ball, and that'll give possession to Hillcrest. And now Ella Knutson with it. Over to Elin Retzloff to Stender. Stender 15-footer on the baseline. That's over the basket, no good. And Trinity Baker gets the rebound. Rockets push it up, and now Ella Knutson anticipates and steals. Here comes Knutson, right to left on the drive. Batted away by Baker, and Borges recovers. Now it's knocked away by Berge. Bodies everywhere, but the Rockets are going to come up with the ball. Now they're going to double team in the backcourt. The Rockets only got 2 seconds to get it over before it's a 10-second violation, and Brian Hovland saves the Rockets from a turnover by using a timeout with 11:01 to play. So 12-7 is the score. Defensive battle here right now as it's a 30-second timeout. And we're gonna use a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. We'll keep it right here, but thanks to Lake Region Healthcare, one of our sponsors for the broadcast tonight. Also another sponsor is Running Stitches. Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. So both teams coming out a little bit tight maybe, as both teams have 5 turnovers here in the first 7 minutes of the game. Good start for Avea Stender, who has 7 points, and Ella Knutson hit a 3 and also with 3 assists in the game. And the Rockets have their field goals split up between 3 different players, but it's 12-7. And Underwood with the basketball. It's Trinity Baker. Good matchup there with Trinity and then Emmy Berge, one of the top Comet defenders. And they bring back to Baker. It's a ball screen moving right. Stender switches out on Baker, loses it. She goes and tracks it down again. Swings it over to Borges. 8 on the shot clock for the Rockets. Aubrey Hexum Baker, straight on, deep 3. Nothing but net. Trinity's got 5, and the lead is 2. That's 5 in a row for the Rockets, and it's 12-10. Up the floor it goes to Berge. Berge thinks about the 3, goes up top to Elin Retzloff. Over to Ella Knutson. Now Elsa Retzloff, shot fake. Elsa takes it on the drive, swings it over to Elin. Fakes right, comes back left, drives, goes up, and Elin Retzloff will draw the foul going to the hoop. And so Elin will shoot 2. And that foul is on Emma Dirkman, her first, team 4th. 5'8", 8th grader. Elin Retzloff, free throw is good. She's got 3 points in the game now. Hillcrest lead is 3 at 13-10. And second free throw in the air. That's good. A couple free throws for Retzloff, and it's 14-10. Comets by 4, and Aubrey Borges handling the basketball. Big matchup, the top 2 teams in the Little 8. Hillcrest 11-0 undefeated. Underwood 9-1. As Borges with the ball, dribbling with her right hand. Comes back over, bounces it up to Aubrey Hexum. Hexum to Dirkman on the right wing. And Dirkman, left-hand drive back to her right. Now right shoulder blocked by Stender, and Avea with some good defense gets the rebound. Here's Elin Retzloff. She's on the attack, steps through, finds her sister Elsa. 3-pointer left side off the front of the rim, no good. Elsa tips it. The ball is loose, but it is tracked down by Lauren Hexum. And here comes Hexum up the left side, penetrates, goes up, and gets the basket and draws the foul. And it's going to be a blocking foul on Elsa Retzloff. She was in the restricted area, which makes it an automatic foul on the defender. So Elsa gets her second, third team foul. Good drive there by Hexum. And the and one, she doesn't make the free throw. The rebound goes to Ella Knutson. And it's a 2-point game, 14-12. And now Elin Retzloff penetrates, kicks it over to Retzloff. Elsa on the drive, floating 6-footer is good. Good drive there by Elsa Retzloff. Missed a couple threes, now looking to get to the basket, and that little pull-up is good. 16-12. Comets by 4 on our Park Region scoreboard. Here's Aubrey Hexum, swings it over to Baker. Man-to-man defense for Hillcrest, uses a ball screen. Now Elin Retzloff switches out on her. Baker right to left, comes to Dirkman. Shot fake, now on the drive, steps through, left-hand layup, too strong, and it's Elin Retzloff with the Hillcrest rebound. And Elin gets it over to Knutson. Here's Ella. Kicks it over. Elsa Retzloff. She's open for 3 right side. That's nothing but net. And give Ella Knutson her 4th assist. Elsa with 5. And the Comets match their biggest lead of the game again at 19-12. 8:40 to play first half. It is Aubrey Hexum with it. Over to Emma Dirkman. Back it goes to Lauren Hexum. Right to left. Trying to keep these Hexums figured out here. Shot is over the basket. The ball tipped around, and Ella Knutson comes up with the ball. Lead pass. Elin Retzlaff behind the D. Blocked from behind by Baker. Goes out. And a good hustle play there by Trinity Baker. Looked like Elin was going to be able to finish it, but Trinity got there, and she's always hustling all over the place. And it will be Hillcrest ball. But we do have a timeout on the floor here. So with 8:22 to go, 19-12, Hillcrest with the lead on the Park Region scoreboard. And it is a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, so we'll take a break, and we'll be back with more high school girls basketball on Channel 977.
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
And back here at Underwood, after our Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Hillcrest with the ball. Great play by Trinity Baker defensively before the timeout, hustling down, blocking the shot as Hillcrest will throw it in. Comets made some substitutions. We'll catch you up with their lineup here in a moment. Moline skips it over to Swedberg. Underneath, good catch by Berge. And pass dumped off. Knutson couldn't handle it, but gets it back. Here's Elsa Retzlaff. Left-hand dribble. Now she's looking for a teammate in the middle to Berge. Berge tries to get it to Knutson. Gets it, and Ella finishes with her left hand. Good interior pass there by Berge. Knutson now has 5, and the Comets are up by 9. This is their biggest lead of the game at 21-12 on the Park Region scoreboard. Borges comes back to Aubrey Hexum and Lauren Hexum. Now Dirkman. Emma right-hand drive, lobs it over, passes high. Borges couldn't handle it, goes out of bounds, and Hillcrest will get the ball. Well, Elin Retzlaff was out for a few moments. She's coming back in. So the Comet lineup now with Elsa coming out. Well, Stender's going to come in as well, and Berge will come out. So it is Elin Retzlaff, Moline, Knutson, Stender, and Swedberg. For the Rockets, it's Dirkman, Baker, Borges, and Aubrey and Lauren Hexum as Hillcrest breaks the pressure. Swedberg, she'll fire the 3 on the wing. That's no good. And the rebound goes to Emma Dirkman for the Rockets. Here's Trinity Baker, double team. Now they're going to stick with that double team. Bounce pass comes to Dirkman in the middle. Here's Hexman. Good little bounce pass right to Borges. Off the glass is good. Nice pass there by Lauren Hexum as Underwood did a nice job of handling that pressure. It's 21-14, Hillcrest by 7. And now Moline over to Elin Retzlaff. Elin comes to Knutson on the near side. Over to Swedberg. Now Stella Moline drives the baseline, knocked away, goes out off of Hexum. And Hillcrest will keep it. Short break for Elsa Retzlaff. She's back in. Swedberg comes out. And Elsa will inbound. Hillcrest with a lined end out across the baseline. And Retzlaff looking, comes to the corner to Knutson. Baker's on her. Ella skips across. Elsa Retzlaff, she's got an open 3. That's off the front of the rim. Ella Knutson, though, able to get the offensive rebound. Elin Retzlaff inside the arc to Moline. Stella, three-pointer in the corner off the heel. And the rebound goes to Aubrey Hexum for Underwood. Up the left side, it gets it to Lauren Hexum. Over to Baker. Trinity comes back to Lauren. Left-hand dribble. Kicks out Baker. Open for 3. It's up. It's good. Another good pass from Lauren Hexum. And Trinity's got 8, including a pair of 3s. And that 9-point lead is down to 4. 5 in a row here for Underwood at 21-17. Here's Elin Retzlaff. Skip pass to Moline. And now there's going to be 3 seconds in the lane on the Comets. I think it might have been Stender. It was Stender or Knutson in there. I think it was Stender. That's Hillcrest turnover number 6. Berge is in. Knutson will come out. And the Rockets have the basketball. And Trinity Baker jogs it into the front court. Man-to-man defense for Hillcrest. And the pass goes over on the far side to Aubrey Hexum. Over to Baker. Baker right-hand drive, steps back, little fadeaway 12-footer, or 15-footer is good. That was a tough shot by Trinity, and she leads all scorers right now with 10, and that's 7 in a row right now for the Rockets to make it 21-19, and there's a steal, and here comes Hexum in transition. Layup is good. Good play by Aubrey Hexum defensively, and it's a 9-0 run for Underwood, and the game is tied at 21 on our Park Region scoreboard. So here's Elsa Retzloff. Left-hand dribble goes to Berge. Now the pass, that's deflected, almost stolen, but Retzloff gets it back. Elsa, 15-footer off the front of the rim, tipped and recovered by Aubrey Hexum. And now the Rockets, they can get their first lead of the game with a basket. And it's Baker. Over it goes. There's the three-pointer, Aubrey Hexum. That's short. And Elsa Retzloff with a Hillcrest rebound. Here comes Elsa. Top of the key over to Moline. Stella, open three-pointer off the heel. Elin Retzloff, offensive rebound, gathers, reverse layup is good. So Elin Retzloff has 6, go along with 4 rebounds. Hillcrest back up on top, 23-21. That ends a 9-0 Underwood run. And Baker on the drive goes up off the glass, and Trinity Baker's got it rolling. She's got a dozen, and the game is tied back up again at 23. We're approaching 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Moline. Retzloff to Retzloff. Elin, 3 in the corner. Off the rim. Ricochets out of bounds. It will go to Underwood. Ella Knutson is back in. Stella Moline comes out, and Hannah Clark is going to use a timeout. With 4:24 to play first half, Comets opened up a 9-point lead. The Rockets came roaring back with a 9-0 run to tie it up. It's now 23-23 on our Park Region scoreboard. And we'll do a Lake Region Healthcare timeout, and we'll be back with more high school girls basketball right after this.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls is proud to support our local high school sports teams. From big business projects or even just a few flyers, they've got you covered with quality printing and personal service. Call Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls.
Back here coming off our Lake Region Healthcare timeout. We're all tied up at 23 apiece, and Underwood with the basketball. The Rockets could take their first lead of the game with a basket. Comets scored the first 5 points of the game. Haven't relinquished the lead, but the Rockets have an opportunity here with 4:12 to play in the first half. Baker uses a ball screen moving right. It comes over to Borges. Back to Baker. He's given space. 3 is open, and Trinity Baker hits the 3, and the Comets have been losing Trinity, and she's making them pay. 15 in the game for Baker, and that's 3 threes for Trinity, and the Rockets have their first lead of the game at 26-23. Elin Retzloff skips over to Berge. Now it's Elsa. Over to Elin. Drives the baseline across to Berge. And now Emmy. Bounce pass comes back to Elsa. Left-hand drive back to Berge. Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Comets. Hillcrest has 12 to shoot. And Ella Knutson will inbound. So currently it's a 15-2 run for Underwood to take a 3-point lead. And Berge left-hand drive back to Elsa Retzloff. Only 6 to shoot. Step back 3. It's off the side of the glass, no good. And Borges grabs the rebound for Underwood. Here's Aubrey Borges. Over it comes to Baker on the near side. Man-to-man Hillcrest defense. A little pick and roll. Tipped by Berge. It's knocked out of bounds. It went off of Dirkman. And the Comets will get the ball back. Both teams now with 7 turnovers in the game. And here is Elsa Retzloff, comes into the front court. Over it goes to Elin, back to Elsa. Elsa over to Elin again. As the Rockets implying a zone defense. Now the ball's knocked away by Baker, and there's a steal, and here come the Rockets in transition. Layup by Borges. Good play by Knutson, hustling back to block the shot. Kind of a play similar to what Baker did earlier, hustling back and blocking a shot that looked to be a layup. And Underwood will throw it in. The bounce pass comes into Dirkman. Borges back to Baker. She catches and fires. There's another three. That one's no good. And it's Berge with a weak side rebound for Hillcrest. So here's Berge. Pass intercepted. Another turnover. That's the 9th Hillcrest turnover. Behind the back pass by Baker. Another behind the back pass. Layup is no good by Borges. And Knutson gets the rebound. It's not often you see one behind the back pass, but two from the same person within a couple seconds. The Rockets couldn't capitalize. And Hillcrest with the ball. Here's Knutson backing her way in. Bounce pass under to Stender. Stender over to Retzlaff. Elsa, three-pointer right side. That's no good. Elin Retzlaff, the offensive rebound. Puts it back up. Lost her balance. Missed the shot. And Dirkman gets the rebound for Underwood. Comets coming up real cold here on the offensive side as we're at 2 minutes to play in the half. Dirkman, shot fake, right-hand drive. Emma, left-hand layup is good. Right to the hoop. Emma Dirkman with her first basket, and it's 28-23. Rockets lead it by 5 on the Park Region scoreboard. Berge comes to Elin Retzlaff, all the way over to Elsa. And Knutson, quick pass underneath the Stender. Left-hand layup, missed it. Gets her own rebound, right back up, missed it again. Ball tipped around. Now Elsa Retzlaff, she missed the layup. And finally, she goes back up and couldn't get it to go, but draws the foul. And the cover is on the basket right now for Hillcrest. Couple looks right under the hoop there that couldn't go. And Elsa Retzlaff, though, was fouled on the second attempt. And Lauren Hexum picked up her first, team 5th, and the free throw by Retzlaff is good. Elsa with her 6th point of the game as Moline is in, and Stender will come out. 28-24, Rockets by 4. Minnesota Motor Company halftime report coming up here in just a little bit, as the second free throw for Retzlaff is good. So Elsa with 7, and it's 28-25. Rockets by 3. And here's Borges, goes over to Dirkman. In the corner now, Lauren Hexum up top to Baker. Berge is on her in the man-to-man. 15 points here in the first half for Trinity Baker. Ball screen right, Knutson switches out on her. Trinity loses her balance, gets it back, tipped away by Knutson. Ella dives for it, jars it loose, and Hillcrest comes up with a ball. Here is Berge over to Retzlaff. Elsa lets the three fly. It is rattled home, and a big play there by Ella Knutson that allowed the Comets to come down and have Elsa Retzlaff hit the three, and that ties the game up at 28 with under a minute to play. 5 in a row here for Hillcrest, and Retzlaff with 10 now in the game. Up top it goes to Baker. Dribble, drives to her right, gathers, goes up, and there's going to be a foul on the Comets. It's going to be on Ella Knutson. So Knutson picks up her first, team 4th. And it's going to be a shooting foul here. So Trinity Baker will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line in the game for the Rockets, and the free throw is good. Rockets regain the lead, 29-28. Stender is in. Elsa Retzlaff will come out. Yeah, Elsa coming out on defense here. She's got 2 fouls in the game. Trying to protect her from picking up maybe a third foul here. Second free throw by Baker is good. 17 in the game for Trinity Baker, and it's 30-28. Rockets by 2. Here's Moline with it. Comets with the ball across to Berge. Bounce pass goes through the legs of Elin Retzlaff. Just a low pass. And the Comets a little bit of indecision here against the Rockets zone. And that's the 10th turnover of the game for Hillcrest. So 30 seconds to play. The Rockets can hold for the last shot if they choose to. Hillcrest man-to-man defense. It goes to Dirkman on the right wing. Across it goes to Lauren Hexum, now Trinity Baker. As we're at the 15-second mark to play in the half. Trinity directing some traffic. Bounce pass comes over to Aubrey Hexum. Ball screen moving left. It goes to Lauren Hexum. 5 seconds to shoot to the baseline. Knocked away, but Baker finds the ball loose, and she hits the 3. The Comets lost her again just enough, and Trinity hits the 3. What a half for Trinity Baker, who has 20 points in the game, including 4 threes. And she doesn't need much space. She gets a little space, lets it fly, and she's got 20 in the game. What a half for Trinity Baker. As she hits a 3 at the buzzer, it makes it 33-28. The Rockets match their biggest lead of the game. So it's time for our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. So we'll take a break and come back and recap the first half. Got a lot of games as well in the area here on Friday night. See if we can get a few updates there. But we'll take a break. We'll be back with our Minnesota Motor halftime report in just a moment. You're listening to high school girls basketball on Channel 977.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls is proud to support our local high school sports teams. From big business projects or even just a few flyers, they've got you covered with quality printing and personal service. Call Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls.
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
At Ashby Public Schools, excellence is our tradition. Small school, big impact, lasting legacy. We nurture talents through academics, athletics, and community service. Experience the Ashby difference. Visit ashby.k12.mn.us.
The 2025 model year closeout sale has begun at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Right now, take advantage of big savings on the remaining 2025 vehicles in stock. Vehicles like the luxurious Buick Enclave, the stylish and efficient Buick Envista, or the powerful Chevy Silverado are at their lowest prices of the year and won't last long. Your new vehicle is waiting.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
And back here at the half, it's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report in this big Little Lake Conference girls basketball matchup. 33-28, the Underwood Rockets with the lead. Here at the half, Jason Retzloff here on the broadcast, along with Dave Bishop, taking care of all the live stream production. And a game that both teams kind of started off a little bit slow offensively, struggled to find their footing, some turnovers early on. Both teams turned it over 5 times in the first close to 7 minutes or so, and but Hillcrest was able to slowly and steadily build a lead. In fact, they bumped it up to a 21-12 lead. They led by as many as 9. The Rockets quickly answered with 9 points of their own, or a 9-point run of their own, and what a half it's been for Trinity Baker, as we mentioned before. 20 first half points, including 4 3-pointers in the game, and the Comets have made some mistakes losing sight of where she is at. And of course, such a standout player for Underwood for so long, and then she's in a rhythm tonight, and any space that she has given, and she's been knocking them straight through, and Trinity was right behind that 9-point run that tied the game up, and then the Rockets opened up a 28-23 lead. Hillcrest got 5 in a row to tie it back up at 28, but then the Rockets got the last 5 of the half, including that Trinity Baker 3 at the halftime buzzer to give the Rockets a 5-point lead at 33-28. Hillcrest hurt by turnovers. They've turned it over 10 times in the first half compared to 7 by Underwood. Under my unofficial stats, I have the Comets dominating the boards at 22-10, but the Rockets have just shot the ball better here in this first half, behind, of course, Trinity Baker's 20 points. So that even that big rebounding deficit, a few of those possessions, the Comets got 2, 3, 4 shots and couldn't get it to go, and unable to capitalize at times. Underwood shooting the ball well, got momentum here coming into the break. So we're going to take another timeout here. It's our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. We'll take a look at the scoring and stats when we come back. It's Underwood 33, Hillcrest 28 at the half, and back with more after this.
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
At Ashby Public Schools, excellence is our tradition. Small school, big impact, lasting legacy. We nurture talents through academics, athletics, and community service. Experience the Ashby difference. Visit ashby.k12.mn.us.
Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls is proud to support our local high school sports teams. From big business projects or even just a few flyers, they've got you covered with quality printing and personal service. Call Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
Back here, our Minnesota Motor halftime report. Girls basketball matchup between the top two teams in the Little 8, and Underwood, the home team, with the lead here at the half, 33-28 on our Park Region scoreboard. Well, Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Let's take a look at the stats first for the Underwood Rockets. What a half, as we mentioned, for Trinity Baker. 20 first half points, including 4 threes and the buzzer beater at the end of the half to kick the Rocket lead up to 5. So Trinity with 20, then it's Aubrey Borges with 5, 4 for Lauren Hexum, and 2 apiece for Emma Dirkman and Aubrey Hexum. The Rockets I only had the Rockets with 10 first half rebounds. 3 of them were team rebounds. So the leading rebounders for the Rockets in the first half, 2 rebounds each for Lauren Hexum and Aubrey Hexum. And then I have Aubrey Hexum and Lauren Hexum as well, leading the Rockets in assists with 2 apiece. On the Hillcrest side, Elsa Retzloff leads away with 10, 7 for Avea Stender, 6 for Elin Retzloff, and 5 for Ella Knutson. And Elin Retzloff and Avea Stender each with 5 rebounds in the game, 4 rebounds each for Elsa Retzloff and Ella Knutson. Ella, really a nice floor game, 4 rebounds and 4 assists to go along with her 5 points. So I got Ella with 4 assists, and then 2 assists each for Emmy Berge and Elsa Retzloff. I had the Comets really dominant on the boards, 22-10 in the first half. Underwood with the advantage on the turnover total, 7 for Underwood, 10 for Hillcrest. Rockets with 13 first half field goals, 5 of those were threes, 4 from Baker and 1 from Borges, and Underwood 2 for 2 from the line. Hillcrest with 10 first half field goals. They had 4 threes, 2 from Elsa Retzloff, 1 from Ella Knutson and 1 from Avea Stender. Hillcrest 4 of 5 from the free throw line. There was 1 lead change and 3 ties, and Underwood with the lead 33-28. That'll put an end to our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. We're ready to go here for the second half, and the Rockets will start off with the ball. See what the Comets look like defensively, how much attention they give Trinity Baker wherever she goes. They lost Trinity a couple times, and Trinity made the Comets pay. So it's man-to-man defense for Hillcrest. Baker with it on the near side wing. Now has it knocked away. It's lost, and Elin Retzloff comes up with the ball. Turnover to start the second half for Underwood. Quickly up the floor, Elsa Retzloff back to Elin. Ella Knutson, pass fake, now over to Elsa. She's left open, three-pointer right side off the heel. Weak side rebound goes to Ella Knutson. Little reverse layup is no good. And Dirkman had it, but it's going to be, not going to be tied up. It's going to be a foul on Emmy Berge. So Emma Dirkman didn't start the game, starting the second half. She sprained her ankle against West Central. But back in action and a nice drive to the basket in the first half. Now the Rockets, they got to get it over the timeline. They do just in time against the Hillcrest pressure. Now there's a right-hand dribble, double team across. It goes to Borges. Aubrey Borges on the drive, floating 7-footer, rims off no good, and Elin Retzloff in the scrum grabs the rebound. Elin limping just a little bit there, but she's coming into the front court. Now it's Ella Knutson. Left-hand drive all the way to the hoop, high off the glass, and it rolls in. Good, nice touch there by Ella Knutson, who has 7 points in the game. And it's 33-30. Hillcrest within 3 on our Park Region scoreboard. Rockets working against the Comets. 2-2-1 zone pressure. Pass in the middle, Dirkman. There it's Baker open for 3. They left her open, and they pay again by leaving Trinity Baker open. And there's a little bit of helter-skelter there on the press. But Trinity with 23 points in the game, including 5 threes. Here's Berge. Picks up her dribble, comes back to Elsa Retzloff. Over to Elin on the drive. Elin picks it up, lobs it all the way over to Berge. Berge's going to shoot the 3. That's off the front of the rim. No good. Long rebound is tracked down by Elsa Retzloff. Over it goes to Ella Knutson. Skips it to Stender. Avea one dribble to Ella Knutson. She'll shoot the 3 straight on. In and out, no good. Halfway down, couldn't go. And it's Hannah Hexum with a rebound for Underwood. Up the right side, it's Borges. This is the biggest lead of the game for Underwood at 6 at 36-30. Here's Dirkman. And now Trinity Baker. Ball screen moving right. Little pick and roll pass is a little too wide for Dirkman. It goes out of bounds. And the Comets will get possession. Try to find a few scores here as well, too. Throughout the area. Fergus Falls Otters are in Sauk Rapids Rice. They had a nice win against Wilmer in the Central Lakes Conference yesterday. And Ella Knutson with it. Over to Elin Retzloff, right elbow. Elin steps through, a little fadeaway shot off the heel, no good. And Borges is able to gather the rebound for Underwood. Aubrey Borges quickly up the right side. Swings it to Trinity Baker. We're at 15-10 to play in the game. Underwood 36 and Hillcrest 30 on the Park Region scoreboard. Lob pass underneath off the hands of Dirkman and ricochets out of bounds. So the Rockets struggling a bit. They've turned it over 3 times already, but they haven't lost any ground. In fact, they've gained a point as the Comets' shooting struggles continue. But Hillcrest with the ball again now, and it's Elsa Retzloff. 2-3 zone here for the Rockets. Berge over to Elsa, thinks about the 3, swings to Moline, back to Retzloff. Couple dribbles to her left, retreats back, up top to Berge. Now it's Moline. In the middle, Ella Knutson lobs it over to Retzloff. Up it goes to Berge. 10 on the shot clock, knocked away, and Berge loses it. And it's turnover number 11 for the Comets. Here's Baker, gets it to Borges. Top of the key, that's Hannah Hexum. Now Dirkman. Emma, right-hand drive, going to be a blocking foul on Hillcrest. So that foul will be on Avea Stender. That's Stender's second team foul. Brooke Swedberg is in, and Berge comes out. Ball comes into Dirkman. Over it goes to Borges. Now over to Baker. Baker steps back, bounces it over to Hexum. That's Hannah Hexum back to Trinity. And now Emma Dirkman, right to left on the drive. In the corner, Borges. Left-hand drive, a little reverse layup. Couldn't get it to go. Ball tipped. It went off the hands of Hannah Hexum and out of bounds, and Hillcrest will get the ball. Another slow start offensively here for both teams to start this half. Fergus Falls Otters up big against Sauk Rapids Rice. Sauk Rapids Rice has not won a game this year. They're up 59-12 in the second half. Here's Stella Moline. Over it goes, ball knocked away. Trinity Baker with a steal. Here comes Baker in transition. Layup is good. The huge night continues for Baker. She's got 25, and it's 38-30. Underwood with their biggest lead of the game on our Park Region scoreboard. Stella Moline lets the three go. That's no good. Stender had it for a moment, went out of bounds, and it's off of Stender. And the ball goes to the Rockets. So the Rockets will inbound. Now the Comets, they're going to drop back. They're not going to bring the press. They lost Trinity early in the half. And, running that press, and you run and press and double team, you can lose some people. Now Dirkman in the corner, and Emma hits the three. Big three by Dirkman in the corner. It's a double-digit lead for Underwood at 41-30 on the Park Region scoreboard. Now almost another steal, but Swedberg comes up with the ball. Bounce pass, and there's a steal by Baker. She came right back into the play and got the ball. 13 Hillcrest turnovers. Here come the Rockets up the floor. Borges over to Baker. And now Baker over in the corner. It's Hannah Hexum on the drive. Finds Dirkman. It goes through her hands and out of bounds. So both teams struggling with the turnovers now in the second half, but the Rockets are making shots as Bergie's back in. Swedberg comes out. 25 points in the game for Trinity Baker. And Hillcrest with it. And other than the first game of the year against Mountain Iron Buell, I don't think the Comets have trailed by double digits at all on the season. Good pass by Ella Knutson, goes to Stender. Back out Stella Moline, three-pointer in the air, off the heel, no good. Elsa Retzloff with the rebound. Elsa bounces it over to Ella Knutson. Drives the baseline, loses it out of bounds. Turnover on Hillcrest, their 14th turnover. Now both teams have 4 second-half turnovers. The Comets only 2 points here in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. And after leading 21-12, well, that would be a 29-9 run the Rockets are on from that middle portion of the first half to where we are now. Double dribble here now. A little indecision from Emma Dirkman. Elin Retzloff is back in. Ella Knutson will come out. 11-point Underwood lead, 41-30, with 12-12 to play in the game. And here's a 2-3 zone. Elin Retzloff now. Looks, comes over to Emmy Berge. Now Elsa Retzloff. Goes to Moline in the far corner. Couple dribbles right. Over to Elin Retzloff. Elin trying to turn the corner. Double team over to Elsa. Shot fake. Now on the drive. A little running 10-footer for Elsa Retzloff. That's short. Grabs her own rebound. Gets it back to Elin. Elin on the drive. Goes up. That shot is no good. Ball deflected. Saved. And it comes to the Rockets. Good save by Hannah Hexum. Here comes Borges up the right side. And bounces it back up to Hannah Hexum. And now Lauren Hexum, left-hand drive, goes through. Traveling violation on Hexum. And the ball will go back to Hillcrest. And the Rockets are up by 11, 41-30. The Rockets have just played outstanding offensively by Trinity Baker and their defense since that middle portion of the first half, holding this high-powered Hillcrest offense. Now there's Emmy Berge knocking down a three on the far side. Give Moline the assist. Only the second field goal of the second half for the Comets. And the lead is 8 for Underwood at 41-33. Here's Lauren Hexum on the left wing. It's a ball screen moving right. Pick and roll with Dirkman, tipped away. And now they kick it back out. It's going to be a reach in on Avea Stender, trying to double team Dirkman. So Stender picks up her second. Ella Knutson is back in. Moline comes out. 10:53 to play in the game. Baker will inbound. A box end out here for the Rockets. Bounce pass comes in to Hexum, back to Trinity, and gets it right back into Hannah Hexum. They kick it out. Dirkman wants another three. Emma Dirkman hits the three. Another assist there for Hexum, and Emma with 2 threes in the second half. And didn't know if she was going to play, and what an impact she has made with 8 points and a couple threes in this game. And the lead is back to 11 at 44-33. Elsa Retzloff, deep three, right side off the heel as the shooting struggles continue for the Comets. Baker up the floor, bullet pass, goes to Hexum, gathers, goes up, couldn't get it to go. Ella Knutson with a rebound. There's going to be a foul on the Rockets. Good rebound in traffic there by Ella Knutson. And Hannah Hexum will be the first player in the game to pick up her third personal. That's a first team foul, though, on the Rockets here in the second half. And Hillcrest with the ball, trailing by double digits, 44-33 on our Park Region scoreboard. Comets struggling with the Rocket zone defense. It goes over to Elsa Retzloff in the corner, pass behind Berge, and it goes out of bounds as Hillcrest with their 15th turnover of the game. And substitutions here for Underwood as Aubrey Hexum is in. Hannah Hexum comes out as she has 3 fouls. And Rockets with the ball. Now the Rockets turn it over. So both teams haven't been great with the ball here in the second half. Careless turnover on Underwood, 14th turnover. And Hillcrest with the ball back. 4 field goals in the second half for Underwood, only 2 for Hillcrest. We're almost halfway through the second half. Moline, open three-pointer off the front of the rim. Ball tipped, good offensive rebound there by Berge, but now she's trapped in backcourt and she throws it away. And here comes Underwood. Back out it goes to Dirkman. And Emma Dirkman swings it over to Borges. Borges jumping out. Elin Retzloff jumps out on her. It comes back to Lauren Hexum. Man-to-man defense for the Comets. And Hexum comes up top to Dirkman. Emma Dirkman back to Aubrey Hexum. We're at 12 on the shot clock. It comes to Baker. Here's Trinity trying to find something to work with. Ball screen comes over. Lauren Hexum, left-hand drive, steps through, goes up, blocked from behind, and the rebound goes to Ella Knutson, her 7th of the game for Hillcrest. Here's Ella Knutson over to Elsa Retzloff. Couple dribbles left to Moline, over to Berge. Bounce pass, it goes to Knutson, back out Moline. Elsa Retzloff, three-pointer off the left side of the rim, no good, and Trinity Baker with the rebound for Underwood. And here is Emma Dirkman into the front court for Underwood, 44-33. Underwood by 11. Here's Borges, back it goes, three-pointer in the air, no good by Aubrey Hexum, and it's Emmy Berge with the rebound for Hillcrest. Over to Moline, back to Berge. Now Knutson into the post, Elin Retzloff. Gathers, goes up, and it's going to be a travel, looks like, on Elin Retzloff as she was double, maybe even triple teamed the moment she got it. And the Comets' 17th turnover of the game. We have a timeout here. Let's make it a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Scoring tough to come by, especially on the Comet side. Only 2 second-half field goals, and it's a double-digit lead for Underwood. 44-33. We'll take a Lake Region Healthcare timeout. You're listening to high school basketball on Channel 977.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
At Ashby Public Schools, excellence is our tradition. Small school, big impact, lasting legacy. We nurture talents through academics, athletics, and community service. Experience the Ashby difference. Visit ashby.k12.mn.us.
And back here, that's the Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Underwood got a double-digit lead, 44-33 is the score with 8:22 to play in the game. As this Rocket zone has really caused issues for the Comets. A lot of turnovers for Hillcrest, and combine that with it being low percentage shooting, struggling to shoot it. Only 2 field goals here in the second half for Hillcrest. As Underwood with the ball, and they swing it over on the far side. It is Lauren Hexum. Hexum, right-hand drive, comes back out to Borges. And Borges swings it over to Aubrey Hexum. Now Lauren trying to curl into the lane, goes up, bank shot, good. Lauren Hexum with 6. This is the biggest lead for the Rockets of 13 at 46-33. Here's Knutson over to Moline. Back out, over to Elsa Retzloff. Three-pointer for Elsa in the air. That's good. So Elsa hits the 3. And she's got 13, 3 threes in the game. And it's a 10-point game at 46-36 on the Park Region scoreboard. Aubrey Hexum comes to Trinity Baker. And here's Baker over to Lauren Hexum. In the corner now. Dribbling it back up, Aubrey Hexum. They come to Trinity Baker. And Trinity near the center circle. We're at 7:20. And that is on Lauren Hexum, her second, team second. And Comets will inbound with 7:02 to play. Stender is in. Moline will come out. Comets with their, well, they got Stender, Swedberg, Knutson, and the Retzloffs, along with the Rockets with two Hexums and Borges, Dirkman, and Baker. Hillcrest with the ball. Over to Stender. Back in the middle to Knutson. There's a little shot in the lane, no good from 10 feet. And Baker tracks down the rebound, double team, but able to get it over to Hexum. And they go to Aubrey Borges. 6:42 to play. 46-36, Underwood by 10. And here is Borges. Bounce pass that goes far side. And that is Aubrey Hexum to Baker. Now Emma Dirkman. Underneath, Aubrey Hexum bounces it to Hannah Hexum. Man-to-man Hillcrest defense. Rockets being patient here. They're down to 9 on the shot clock. Borges over to Dirkman. Dirkman's going to fire up the three, and she hits the three again. Emma Dirkman has 3 threes. If I remember right, in the playoff game with Hillcrest and Underwood last year, Emma had a number of threes as well, and shooting the ball tonight again. Good drive and a spin move. Excellent move by Ella Knutson for 2. Ella's got 9, 49-38. Rockets by 11. We're now at 5:50 to play in the game. And Baker, bounce pass goes to Dirkman. Emma facing the basket, turns to Aubrey Hexum, goes to Borges. Left-hand drive, bounce pass is wide of Hexum and goes out of bounds. That is turnover number 15 of the game for Underwood. And Hillcrest with the ball. Comes into Elsa Retzloff and 2-3 zone here for Underwood. And Elsa Retzloff, bounce pass comes to Ella Knutson. Short corner to Stender. Stender comes to Swedberg. Left-hand drive, Swedberg over to Retzloff. Elsa deep 3 far side, nothing but net. Couple threes here for Elsa Retzloff. Good pass by Brooke Swedberg. Elsa with 16. And now the lead is single digits at 49-41 on our Park Region scoreboard. 5:10 to play in the game. And here's Baker working against Swedberg behind the back on the dribble. Over to Dirkman. Near side corner, Borges. And here is Lauren Hexum in the corner, Dirkman. Emma wants another 3. That rims out, no good. It was right there. It didn't go, and Elin Retzloff with the rebound. Comets trying to make a run. Here's Stender to Elsa Retzloff. Knutson over to Elin on the far wing. One dribble, pass underneath to Ella. Goes up left hand, bank shot good, and the Comets are on the move. Ella Knutson in double digits, give Elin the assist. And it's 49-43, a 7-0 run for the Comets to cut the Rocket lead to 6. Dirkman with the ball in the corner. Over it goes. It is Lauren Hexum. Far corner, Aubrey Hexum. We're at 4:20 to play. Aubrey Hexum swings up top to Dirkman. Right-hand drive, back to Hexum. Over it goes to Lauren Hexum. She'll shoot the 3. Nothing but net. Lauren Hexum with 9, and that puts the Rockets back up by 9 at 52-43 as we are at the 4-minute mark. Big shot there by Lauren Hexum. Right when the Comets were getting some momentum, 7 in a row. Here's Elsa Retzloff. And Elsa, she's hit a couple in a row, and she's backing her way into the lane. Goes out to Stender. Here's Avea Stender. And her skip pass is well short of the intended recipient, and it's stolen by Aubrey Hexum. That's turnover number 18 for the Comets as we're at 3:35 to play. Borges, bounce pass over to Lauren Hexum. Now Dirkman curling to the basket, goes up, misses the shot, and Stender with a rebound for Hillcrest. Here comes Elsa Retzloff. Elsa, she's going to step back, swing it to Elin. 3-pointer open and good. Elin Retzloff hits the 3, and the Comets trying to stay in touch. They're within 6 with 3:17 to play in the game, and a timeout is called by the Rockets, or was it by the Comets? It's a 30-second timeout. It was by the Comets, actually. 30-second timeout with 3:17 to play. as Hillcrest trying to make a move. They got it to within 6. They trailed by 13 just a little bit ago. And the shots that really were eluding them throughout starting to go to cut this lead to 6. Let's see if we can look at a few of the scores here in the area. At halftime in girls basketball, Breckenridge is leading Hawley 27-21. Other scores, Fergus Falls beat Sauk Rapids Rice 76-20. Otters a couple wins in a row on consecutive nights. And let's see, nothing there, nothing else on the girls' side updated. We did have a halftime score. Rossay leading Ashby in boys basketball at the half 43-19. And in boys basketball, Breckenridge leading Hawley 36-30 at the half. All right, things getting a little tighter here. 6-point game, 52-46. Hillcrest going to come back with their full court pressure, try to make some things happen here. But the Rockets, they break the pressure. Now the Comets drop back man-to-man. And here's Borges with it. Comes over to Hannah Hexum. Now Dirkman. Under 3 minutes to play. Baker steps back, three-pointer, nothing but net. Now look at the Rockets shoot the ball. What a night for Trinity Baker. She's got 28 now in the game, and the lead is back to 9. Here's Berge over to Elin Retzloff to Elsa. In the corner, Swedberg. Brook right-hand drive, knocked away. It's loose, and and the Rockets able to get the ball. 19 turnovers. Now Berge comes from behind. Baker didn't know she was there, and the Comets come up with a steal. Elin Retzloff to the basket, goes up and scores in transition. 11 for Elin, 7-point game, 55-48 with 2:20 to play in the game, and the full court pressure from Hillcrest. Rockets with the lead. Lauren Hexum in the middle to Dirkman. Over it goes to Baker. She's feeling it. She's going to let it go in and out halfway down, and Stender with a rebound. Well, you might want to milk clock, but I don't think so. With the way Trinity's been shooting it, you take your chances, and it was halfway down. Couldn't quite get it to go. Now the Comets with the ball, trailing by 7. We're inside of 2 minutes to play. Here's Berge, and she shuffled her feet and traveled with it. I don't know what the biggest turnover number has been for the Comets, but at 20 now. That's got to be right towards the top there as Ella Knutson is back in, and Swedberg comes out. And Rockets inbound. It's Hexum. Into the middle, it goes to Dirkman. Right-hand drive. It goes back out now. Here's Baker. We're at 1:42 to play in the game. Borges. Over it goes to Dirkman. Top of the key is Baker. Now Lauren Hexum. Couple dribbles to her left to Borges. And here's Hannah Hexum back to Baker. Now Trinity wants a ball screen. Drives left. Penetrates. Little floater off the glass. No good, but Baker draws the foul, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. Good possession there for the Rockets. They milked a lot of clock, and they're going to get Trinity Baker to the line to shoot 2. She's got 28 in the game. And her free throw's up and good. Everything off of Trinity's hands tonight has been pure. She's 3 for 3 from the line. She's got 6 threes in the game, and she's looking for her 30th point. As it's an 8-point Rocket lead. And next one is up. That one is no good. And Knutson with a rebound for Hillcrest. Quickly up the floor is Ella Knutson. Left-hand drive right to the basket. Too strong. Gets her own rebound. Back out Stender. Straight on three-pointer. Avea Stender. That misses everything. And it'll go out of bounds. And Underwood will get the ball with 1:10 to play. Emmy Berge is going to come in. And Moline will come out. Comets going offense, defense. Moline's shooting ability on offense. Berge's defense ability when the Comets are on defense. And now the ball is knocked out of bounds by Berge. It'll stay with Underwood with 1:09 to play. Well, the Comets tried to make a good run here, but the Rockets have had a couple huge answers. Now they're going to throw it deep, trying to get it to Baker. Berge trying to hustle after it, and she throws it off of Baker. Oh, it was Emmy when she leaped to try to throw it off of Baker. Her foot was out of bounds, so it will stay with Underwood. Great effort by Berge on that one. But the Rockets will now be able to throw it in under their own hoop with 1:07 to play. And Baker lobs in and passes intercepted, though, by Elsa Retzloff. Elsa will go in transition. Goes up. Left-hand layup is good. And timeout here called by. Timeout is called here. And I'm not sure I'm not sure what happened here. Is there a charge? Oh, we had one official call a charge, the other one call a basket. Let's see what it is here. We'll try to listen for it. Well, I think it was a basket for Elsa Retzlaff. Yeah, the basket is on the scoreboard. So the basket will stand for Retzlaff. That makes it a 6-point game with a minute to play. 56-50 is the score on our Park Region scoreboard. The Comets trying to aim, but like we said, after the Comets struggled so much offensively, only a couple field goals the first 10 second half. As the officials still discussing here a little bit here, we'll see if anything changes on that, but the points are on the board. But when a run, Underwood led by as many as 13, that cut it to 6. And then the Rockets had a couple big threes to keep the Comets at bay. One of the threes by Lauren Hexum, one of the threes by Trinity Baker, and Emma Dirkman with 3 second-half threes. So it's 56-50, Rockets by 6, a minute to go. Hillcrest is going to come with the full court pressure. Comets only have 1 timeout left in this game. The Rockets have 3 available. And full court pressure here coming from Hillcrest. And Lauren Hexum is inbound, gets it into Aubrey Borges, and now reach in on Berge in the backcourt. That's only the 5th team foul on Hillcrest, and that's Berge's first. So Lauren Hexum again will inbound in the backcourt. 6-point Rocket lead. They do get it to where they want it to. Trinity Baker, and Trinity, right-hand dribble. Now here comes a double team. Knutson coming from behind, gets it over, and now losing her balance. It's out of bounds. It's going to go to the Comets. So Trinity was running up the floor, handed it off to Hexum, and the Comets were trying to hustle down and double Baker, and that handoff kind of led directly into a natural double team, and the Rockets lost it out of bounds, and Hillcrest will get it. Elsa Retzlaff lets it roll. He mishandles it. Now the Rockets wanted to travel. I don't know if Elsa had control of it or not. On the drive is Knutson. She loses her balance. It's going to be a blocking foul on Underwood. Now Brian Hovland, so Elsa let the ball roll in towards midcourt to let the clock not run, and she mishandled it a bit. I think Brian wanted the travel. I'm not sure if Elsa had the possession needed for it to be a travel, but the Comets on the drive. Elsa Retzlaff goes up. She draws the foul. She'll get to the line to shoot 2 with 38.5 seconds to go as Hillcrest trying to inch closer. Yeah, and Retzlaff will go to the line to shoot 2. As that foul's on Lauren Hexum, her 3rd. And that is the 4th team foul. And here's Elsa Retzlaff leading Hillcrest in scoring tonight with 18 points. Free throws up and good. Elsa's 3 for 3 from the line. That makes it a 5-point game. Swedberg and Berge are in. Stender and Moline come out. Aubrey Hexum is in for Underwood as Hannah Hexum comes out. 5-point Underwood lead, 38.5 seconds to go. Second free throw coming up for Elsa Retzlaff. It's in the air. It is good. It's a 4-point game, 20 for Retzlaff. Dirkman inbounds. It goes into the deep corner. And dribbling up now into the front court is Hexum. They go up to Aubrey Hexum. Bounce pass to Baker. Now the double team. And trying to come back and double team from behind is Berge. It's going to be a foul on the Comets with 28 seconds to go. So the Rockets effectively milk 10 seconds off that clock. Berge picks up her 2nd. And Brian Hovland is going to use a timeout. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here and talk about one of our sponsors for tonight's game. That's Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for screen printing and embroidery in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Well, the Rockets are going to throw it in on the far side, of course, with only 28 seconds to go. Hillcrest is going to look to trap, look to steal, be aggressive. And any foul now will put Underwood in the bonus. So if you're Brian Hovland, I'm sure you'd love to find a way to get the ball into Trinity Baker's hands. So she is either handling the ball or going to the free throw line. But number one for the Rockets is to get it in cleanly when the Comets are certainly going to be aggressive trying to get a tip, deflection, seal, and go the other way. So the Rockets will throw it in far side. Good atmosphere, fans on their feet. 4-point Rocket lead, 56-52. They have the ball. Now looking for somewhere to go, in a little bit of trouble, and timeout called by Brian Hovland. Saved a turnover as the pass was wide. It was going to roll out of bounds. A good timeout there by Coach Hovland. It is a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. 28 seconds to go. We'll be back with more Underwood and Hillcrest girls basketball right after this.
The 2025 model year closeout sale has begun at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Right now, take advantage of big savings on the remaining 2025 vehicles in stock. Vehicles like the luxurious Buick Enclave, the stylish and efficient Buick Envista, or the powerful Chevy Silverado are at their lowest prices of the year and won't last long. Your new vehicle is waiting. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
And back into action. And the Rockets, they throw it wide, and it's going to go out of bounds. The Rockets turn it over without even a tick going off the clock. They tried to throw it across to the far side of the court, and no one was there. And Hillcrest will get the ball back, trailing by 4 with 28 seconds to play. Here's Elsa Retzlaff on the wing, over to Elin Retzlaff, driving the baseline in the corner. It goes to Swedberg, Moline, Knutson, Elsa Retzlaff open for 3 in the corner off the front of the rim, no good. Elin Retzlaff with a rebound, puts it back up, gets the basket, and draws the foul. The game is within 2. And if you are watching on our live stream, there's the instant replay coming. Elin Retzlaff on the offensive rebound and the putback. And this game does not disappoint. Always a great game in the area between Underwood and Hillcrest. And the Comets were down by 13. They're within 2. 15 and a half seconds to go. Elin Retzlaff at the line to try cut the lead to 1. The free throw's good. Rockets inbound, looking for somewhere to go. Comets applying the full court pressure. And it's a 5-second count, and Hillcrest will get the ball back. Unbelievable turn of events here down the stretch, as now both teams with 20 turnovers, as the Comets trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat here, trailing by 1, and they now have the basketball after that 5-second count. Great job defensively. And now Moline is in, Bergey's out, Elin Retzlaff inbounds. 15 seconds to go. Ball goes underneath to Knutson. The layup is good. Hillcrest regains the lead, 57-56. 8 seconds to play. Here's Baker. All comes down to this. Over it goes Hexum. Now the ball, there's going to be a foul. Or wait, it's going to be a foul on the Comets. Elin Retzlaff gets called for the reach-in. And that is going to put Underwood to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And it's going to be Lauren Hexum to the line. What a finish to this game. 3.5 seconds to go. And here is Hexum. She has not been to the free throw line tonight. Free throws in the air. It is in and out, no good. Elin Retzlaff the rebound, and the clock will expire, and somehow the Hillcrest Comets pull a rabbit out of the hat down the stretch and come from behind a 13-point deficit to win. An unbelievable finish here and a heartbreaker for the Underwood Rockets, who played so well for the majority of the night. And in some ways, you don't believe what you just saw, and that's why you never quit. You never quit when the game's coming down the stretch. Unbelievable finish that had the Rockets up 4. Well, they're up 13. I don't know when it was a 13-point lead, and great show of unity here as the team's greeting and in a circle of prayer here in the post game. But the Rockets had that 13-point lead, and Hillcrest just kind of kept chipping away, and it was a 4-point game with about 28 seconds to go. And the Rockets turn it over, And Hillcrest got the basket, the and one by Elin Retzloff, another turnover, another basket. Wild finish. We're going to recap it all when we come back, but what a finish here in Underwood. Hillcrest gets their 20th win of the year, and I believe that clinches, if I'm not mistaken, the Little Lake Conference title. Wow, unbelievable ending in a game that the Rockets really controlled for the majority of the way. Hillcrest goes on a big run at the end to win it by one. 57-56 is the final on our Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard. So we're going to take a break, try to figure out what just happened, and come back when we return. We'll be back with more high school girls basketball after this.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families, keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls is proud to support our local high school sports teams. From big business projects or even just a few flyers, they've got you covered with quality printing and personal service. Call Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls.
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
At Ashby Public Schools, excellence is our tradition. Small school, big impact, lasting legacy. We nurture talents through academics, athletics, and community service. Experience the Ashby difference. Visit ashby.k12.mn.us.
The 2025 model year closeout sale has begun at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Right now, take advantage of big savings on the remaining 2025 vehicles in stock. Vehicles like the luxurious Buick Enclave, the stylish and efficient Buick Envista, or the powerful Chevy Silverado are at their lowest prices of the year and won't last long. Your new vehicle is waiting.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
And we're back here at the Underwood Gym, and we just witnessed a thriller and an unbelievable comeback by the Hillcrest Comet girls to beat Underwood tonight, 57-56, the final score. What a great basketball game. Two of the top programs and the top teams in the Little 8 in Section 6A, and they went at it. We'll try to recap. I'm trying to figure out, I wish I had the, like the big-time places have that have the play-by-play stats. I don't have that. I'm trying to keep up with all of our own stats and things as we're calling the game, but I'll try to recap the last flurry here. But the game started with Hillcrest going up 5-0. Both teams struggled with turnovers early on. I think both teams had 5 turnovers each in the first 6 minutes or so of the game. And the Comets were able to slowly build a lead. They went up by 9 early, maybe midway through the first half. It was 21-12. But then the Rockets really, from that point on, when they were down 9 all the way till a minute and a half or a couple minutes, just played tremendous basketball and turned the tables on Hillcrest. When they got down 21-12, they went on a 9-0 run to tie the game at 25. And Trinity Baker was just sensational tonight with her play. And in the first half, she was unconscious. She kept it going as well in the second half, but she had 20 first half points, and she was right behind that run that the Rockets to tie the game up at 21. Then Underwood went up by 5, 28-23. Hillcrest tied it at 28, and then kind of a fitting end to the half. saw with Underwood leading by 2, a drive by the Rockets, maybe mishandled a little bit, but they got it to Baker, and Trinity caught it, shot it in the corner, and hit the 3 at the end of the half to give the Rockets a 5-point lead. Then they came out of the gates in the second half, and both teams couldn't get it going offensively. Underwood struggled with turnovers early. Hillcrest just could not make a shot. They had some looks, couldn't get them to go. The Comets then started to struggle with turnovers, and Hillcrest only had, I believe, 2 field goals in the first 9+ minutes of the second half. And as that was going on, the Rockets built up their lead, and Underwood shot the lights out tonight. They had 11 threes in the game, 6 from Baker, and what a second half Emma Dirkman had with 3 threes. And Underwood built up a 46-33 lead. I wish I had the timestamp on that one, on when that was. But then the Comets, they didn't give up. They kept battling, and they started to get some shots to fall as Elsa Retzlaff hit a couple threes and Emmy Berge hit a 3. But it was one of those where Hillcrest would cut it to 6 or 7, and then the Rockets would get a big shot. Lauren Hexum hit a big 3, and then Hillcrest cut it to 6, and Trinity Baker hit a big 3. And it kind of just seemed like the Rockets were going to hold the Comets and keep them at bay all the way down the stretch. But then Hillcrest continued to be able to get some baskets. They started forcing some turnovers, and the Rockets tightened up a little bit. And Hillcrest got a basket to cut it to 4 with 38 seconds to go. In fact, no, it was 2 free throws by Elsa Retzlaff with 38 seconds to go to cut it to 4. The Rockets were able to dribble up. They milked 10 seconds off the clock, and called time, or there was a foul. Brian Hovland called timeout on the ensuing inbound. They threw it over the head or miscommunication, and it went out of bounds with no time going off the clock. On the other end, Hillcrest came down. Pretty good look from the corner for 3 for Elsa Retzlaff. She missed it, and I don't know if we have the replay of this play. Elsa, if you're watching the live stream, Elsa missed the 3, but then Elin Retzlaff, the weak side rebound, gathered it, went up, got the and one to cut it to 2. She made the free throw to cut it to 1, and Hillcrest brought on the full court pressure. Coming off of Hillcrest brought the full court pressure with 15 seconds to go and denied everywhere on the man-to-man full court defense, and they got the 5-second count, the big key turnover that gave Hillcrest the ball down 1 with 15 seconds to go. And in that flurry, I'm still trying to remember, but it was on an inbound, Elin Retzlaff found Ella Knutson, who got free under the hoop. Left-hand layup was good, and with 12 seconds to go, Hillcrest had their first lead since the second half. The Rockets drove down. It looked like maybe there were a little bit of chaos and in a little bit of trouble, but Lauren Hexum got the ball. Elin Retzlaff reached and got called for the foul with about 3 seconds to go, and Hexum's front end of the 1-and-1 to tie the game missed. Elin Retzlaff got the rebound, and the buzzer sounded, and it was quite a comeback and really a heartbreaking loss for the Underwood Rockets, who played a great basketball game for really the majority of the night. And but give credit to the Comets for that never give up mentality. They hung in there, and they made the plays down the stretch to come out with quite a win tonight, 57-56, a classic here from the Underwood gym. So let's take a look. Hopefully I got most of that right, trying to remember all that in my head here. But let's go over the scoring here tonight. And on the Hillcrest side, great rebounding performance by the Comets. I don't know if my unofficial stats are always perfectly correct. I hope they're pretty close. I had the Comets over doubling up Underwood on the boards tonight at 40-19. So we'll take a look at the rebounding totals too. But Elsa Retzlaff led Hillcrest in the game tonight. She had 20 points, including 4 threes. Elsa had a couple big threes. Once Hillcrest got down by double digits, hit a couple threes to get the Comets kind of back in touch with a chance down the stretch. Elsa had 20. Elin Retzlaff had 14, including the big offensive rebound put back late in the game. Ella Knutson had a stellar all-around night for Hillcrest, 13 points and almost a double-double with 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Great floor game. Evea Stender had 7 points, and it was 3 points for Emmy Berge. And the leading rebounders for Hillcrest, I had Ella Knutson with 9. I had Elin Retzloff with 9. 7 rebounds apiece for Elsa Retzloff and Avea Stender, and 5 rebounds for Emmy Berge. And on the assist totals for Hillcrest, it was 5 for Ella Knutson, 3 for Elsa Retzloff, and 2 apiece for Elin Retzloff and Emmy Berge. On the Underwood side, what a night for Trinity Baker. 29 points in the game. She was outstanding on both ends of the floor and on fire throughout. 6 threes. She had 29 points to lead the Rockets tonight. It was 11 points for Emma Dirkman. Emma caught fire in the second half from 3 with 3 threes. It was 9 for Lauren Hexum, 5 for Aubrey Borges, and 2 for Aubrey Hexum. And I had, it makes me wonder if I'm right on this. I had Trinity Baker with 4 rebounds to lead Underwood, and it was 3 assists for Emma Dirkman, 3 assists for Lauren Hexum to lead the Rockets. On the boards, a big advantage for Hillcrest at 40-19. The turnovers were dead even, 20-20, and the Rockets' key turnovers down the stretch to allow Hillcrest with a chance to take the lead late. And the difference, Hillcrest dominated the boards. The Rockets shot the ball so much better until the Comets got it going a little bit late, but Hillcrest struggled to shoot all night. They had 21 field goals in the game. They did end up with 8 threes as they got it going late. The threes were 4 from Elsa Retzloff and 1 each from Knutson, Berge, and Elin Retzloff. And Hillcrest the Comets were 7 for 8 from the free throw line. And for the Rockets, they had 21 field goals in the game. They actually had more threes than twos. They shot the lights out from 3. They had 11 threes, 6 from Baker, 3 from Dirkman, and 1 each from Borges and Hexum. The Rockets were 3 for 5 from the line. There were 2 lead changes. The last one came with about 12 seconds to go. There were 3 ties as the Comets, as we said, they pulled a rabbit out of the hat tonight with a 57-56 win here over the Underwood Rockets. We're going to take one final break. When we come back, we're going to name our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Hillcrest wins at 57-56. Back with our Quality Player right after this.
Need top quality lumber and exceptional service? Look no further than Everett's Lumber, proudly serving the Lakes area since 1882. Get your fall projects rolling with Everett's Lumber in Battle Lake. You'll find them online at everettslumber.com.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
At Underwood Insurance, your peace of mind is their priority. From home to auto, farm to commercial, they've got you covered with unbeatable rates and personalized plans. Call 826-6772 or stop by their Main Street office in Underwood. Get your quote today, and remember, go Rockets!
And welcome back here on the post-game show from Underwood. A thriller and a comeback. Hillcrest overcomes a 13-point second-half deficit and take the lead with 12 seconds to go and wins at 57-56. And it's time to name our Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. As Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. That's Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls. That's 998-4027. Call 998-4027. Well, it's rare. Usually when you have a Quality Player of the Game, you take the Quality Player of the Game from the winning side. It happens probably 95% of the time, if not more, but no doubt the Quality Player of the Game tonight with her performance is Trinity Baker for the Underwood Rockets, a 5'5 junior. She was unbelievable in the first half. 20 first half points, including 4 threes, the buzzer-beating 3 at the half to give the Rockets a 3-point lead. She had 9 in the second half, including a couple more threes, so 6 threes in the game for Trinity. And, of course, she's always a big factor on the defensive side with her quickness and athleticism, causing problems, wreaking some havoc. And she just had a great night tonight. And like we said, the Rockets played so well for the majority of the night. Trinity Baker was quite a performance. She, with 29 points, she is tonight's Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. You gave some honorable mentions on the Hillcrest side. Elsa Retzloff with 20 points, hit some big threes to get the Comets back. I thought Ella Knutson probably had the most well-rounded game of the night. with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then Elon Retzlaff, a little bit quiet offensively, and then really came on strong at the end, had the big putback, and almost had a double-double as well, some of the performances on the Hillcrest side. So with that, next week, Underwood's going to be real busy. They have 3 home games. So this is the start of a stretch of 4 home games for Underwood. They'll be at home on Tuesday against Brandon Evansville, Thursday at home against Hancock, and then Friday at home against Ashby. We'll have coverage of the home Ashby game on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Then Hillcrest on Monday, they're at home at Parker's Prairie, and then on Thursday they'll be at Rossay in a Little League Conference matchup. We'll have that game in Rossay on News Talk 1250 KBRF. And before we sign off here, real quick look, see if I can find a few scores. In girls basketball, it was Perham 74 over Frazee 43. And the Fergus Falls Otter girls, they won very big over Sauk Rapids Rice. 76-20 was the final there. West Central leading Osakis halfway through the second half, 28-24. 1 minute to play in Hawley. Breckenridge is up 61-54 over Hawley. And then in boys basketball, Breckenridge late in the game leading Hawley 70-56. It is West Central over Park Christian 75-57. Henning 82, Sabika 47 as Henning stays undefeated. And Perham, I had that. The Perham over Frazee score. That was a boys basketball score. As I got that mixed up, 74-43 was the final there. So with that, we're gonna call it a wrap here for tonight. What a night it was! What a great game. 2 of the top programs in the area, and it didn't disappoint. Hat tip to the Rockets. They played so well for the majority of the night, like we said, and but you got to give credit for the Comets for hanging in there and taking the lead late down the stretch. And they took the lead with 12 seconds to go, overcame a 13-point second half deficit, and Hillcrest wins it tonight, 57-56, the final on the Park Region Service Beyond the Connection scoreboard. According to my numbers, that should clinch the Little 8 championship for Hillcrest. They moved to 12-0 in Little 8 play, 20-2 overall. The Rockets fall to 9-2 in Little 8 play, and 16-4 overall. So thanks for joining us, everyone, and thanks so much to Dave Bishop for all of his help with the production and great job on the live stream. And this is Jason Retzlaff signing off from Underwood School. We thank you for listening or watching to high school girls basketball on Channel 977.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF sports streaming presentation. Today's game is proudly brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company, your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, Midwest Printing, Running Stitches Embroidery, Ashby School, Underwood Insurance, and by Everett's Lumber Company. Thank you for joining us for this special sports presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming, the KBRF